Okay, now before I start this discussion, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're looking for anything like professionally spoken, where it felt like I probably like rehearsed this over and over and over again to the point where like I don't stutter or don't go off topic, this is not the channel. A lot of times I like to talk, you know, I like to say things that come straight to mind and then just blurt it out. So if things kind of feel a little unprofessional, well, that's because I kind of do things more generic, meaning if it comes to mind, probably gonna say it. But that's just how I like to run this channel. Anyways, let's get straight into it. Why I believe the car scene has gotten really boring and why now is the best time to try and stand out. So, what I mean by the car scene is rather boring is a lot of times when you go on social media or maybe you go to like car shows or car meets, a lot of the times now you're pretty much seeing the same exact thing. You'll see the same exact cars, like you'll see GTRs, MX-5s, first gens only, Evos, Subarus, and a few rear-wheel drive cars, and they'll all just have pretty much the same exact build as well. The common scene right now is the whole stance life, where you want to be as low as you can, and a lot of people try to get as much camber as possible. To be honest, although I have no problem with, you know, that scene, or at least a bit of it, because to be honest, excessive stance is rather dumb to me. A lot of times now, it's just such a mainstream thing to do that it's making a lot of the car scene rather dull, especially since people don't like to make their cars a little flashy. And what I mean by that is, you know, and I might get a lot of hate for this because it's kind of looked down upon now, but people don't like being flashy, you know. People don't like decaling their cars or putting lights onto their cars, or actually to an extent even trying to do like body kits outside of wide bodies and any kind of wing stuff like that, that makes your car stand out. And today, it's kind of still looked down upon. Yeah, there are some people who are trying to get back into it. I mean, look, we have wide bodies now, but when it comes to wide bodies, only a small group of cars can actually go proper wide body. That, again, it just makes things rather dull. I mean, how many times are you gonna go online and see the same Rocket Bunny GT86 or Liberty Walk GTR? It's really boring, but yet there are so many regular body kits out there for a wide range of cars, but it's like if it's not a wide body kit, then it's a ricer kit. The same thing goes for wings. If you're not doing a big wing on a race car or a big wing that goes along with your wide body kit, then you're a ricer and stuff like that. And it's that kind of negativity that has kind of made the car scene pretty dull, at least visually. Yes, performance-wise, cars are amazing. Although at the same time, though, you can argue that because everyone likes to go for the mainstream cars, that everyone's builds are pretty much becoming predictable now, to the point where even like engine swaps and whatnot within that category, like we all know that those who say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a drift build, a lot of people know that you're most likely gonna go for a 240, for an S chassis. Or a lot of YouTubers now who are like, oh yeah, I want to do like a nice little project car, they're most likely gonna get a first gen Miata. Or a lot of big YouTubers now, they're most likely gonna get a GTR. And then when it comes to that, they're like, okay, I want to do something now to cater more to what I want. A lot of times, a lot of people you're seeing now are going 2J or 1J. A lot of people obviously are doing turbo builds and stuff, but even though it's all exciting to see, at the same time, it's become way too predictable that we pretty much know what they're going to be doing to their cars before they even do it. And that's where I started saying, now is the best time to stand out. I kind of hate putting myself as an example, but I'm just doing it for like all my perspective. As you know, I own a 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer Rally Art. When I did my video on the 5 things I hate about my car, I had mentioned how this car isn't really popular. I've literally only seen a handful of rally arts, whether it be this generation or the following one. It's very rare that you see this car. And because of that, I don't see many like build recommendations or builds at all of people doing on this car. Like when it comes to YouTube, I always try to look for inspiration on who's done rally art builds. Again, there's only been like a handful of this generation builds, and I've seen them all numerous times, and that's where I actually really enjoy this car, because it's like, it's something new. It's something that will allow me to stand out. It's something that will make people look at it and be like, oh, that's cool, that's new, I like what he did to it. Or another example is Adam LZ's channel. One of his friends owns a red Toyota Corolla, something that you wouldn't expect to be put in the car scene, but yet even though he still did a very common style to it, a little stancy, it looks really, really good, and it makes the car stand out more. Like, I always look forward to the Corolla coming onto the channel, because it's just like, that's something new, that's something I like to see. And again, now's the time to stand out, because a lot of people like to go for the mainstream things, and I'm not criticizing people for wanting cars like a Supra or a GTR, an MX-5 or an Evo or a Subaru. I want those cars too. I would love to own them. I would love to build on them. And so I have no problem with you wanting that car. I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy that car. I'm just saying that they're so mainstream that it's made them not as exciting anymore. And again, yes, I still love them, but they just don't give me that same effect as they did when they first started becoming a thing. Because now, again, every time you go to car meets or every time you go on social media, you'll constantly be seeing the same exact car. And since people don't like doing any flashy mods to it to make it stand out more from the rest of the pack, again, it kind of makes it a little dull. So again, now's the best time to stand out, which is pretty much the common theme I have for this video. Now's the best time to stand out, and that's really what I want to do for this car as well. I'm going to go over that in a later on video where I talk about the things I want to do to this car to make it stand out more than it already is. But I just wanted to do a little rant on why I believe, you know, the car scene has become very dull. Just to sum it up, pretty much everyone's going for the same mainstream car. You know, we all know that small handful of cars that everyone loves to go for, which there's no problem with it. I mean, there's a huge community behind it, so there are a lot of options you can go for that car, and in the end they prove to perform very well. But you can kind of make any car perform well as well, which is another topic I want to discuss later on. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I know a lot of this probably didn't make much sense, but if you didn't make it all the way, let me just again summarize what I'm trying to say. Because everybody likes to go on the mainstream bandwagon of, you know, if you're a YouTuber, everybody wants to get that GTR, or everybody wants to do an MX-5 build, or everybody wants to do a 240 drift build, which I should also say, it's one of the reasons why I actually like That Dude in Blue so much, because even though he is doing a 240 SX build, which RIP his 2J, he decided to do something different and not make it a drift build. Everyone's saying like, oh, when you're gonna drift it and stuff like that, and he's saying like that's not really the point of it. It's more so of a daily drivable car. It's not meant to be a drift build, and that's something that stands out. And also the fact that he also did a kit for it is something that I really like that he did. Also, Evan Shanks, that's another person who I was trying to keep in mind, how he wants to stand out too, and how he decided to get an SC300. I'm liking the fact that there are some people out there who are still trying to make their cars stand out, or not just their cars, but themselves, to make them unique. Because again, everybody right now is going for the mainstream stuff, and that's why every time you go to like meets or go onto social media, you kind of know what to expect now. You already know that if you're gonna see an 86, it's most likely gonna be a Rocket Bunny. You know, pretty much there's nothing that can surprise you now when you see a GTR build, unless, well, maybe they're doing something unique like a drift build, or hell, maybe an off-road rally build. That would be interesting. Stuff like that, I feel like we need to do more. I feel like a lot of people need to try to make their car stand out, because right now everything's just becoming super predictable and boring that, well, the car scene's almost looking a little uninteresting. I still love it. I still have a lot of love. I can't see myself leaving it anytime soon, but it was just a little rant thing that came to mind and I felt like I wanted to talk about. So let me know what you guys feel in the comments down below. How do you feel about the car scene? Do you think it's getting rather boring, or do you think there's nothing wrong with it? Let me know in the comments down below. Till next time, this has been your boy Taking Heat, and I'm out. Peace.